So y'all hated when people saw that cruise full of black people and they said all kind of racist remarks. But then after the cruise at the Carnival port in Galveston, people are fighting in the terminal. And a black woman on an excursion refuses to get up because she didn't have the wristband, and her child has to almost beg her to get off the boat. This is why they make the comments that they make. This is why they don't want to be around us. Too many of y'all don't know how to act. This is why I avoid Carnival. I even avoid the little short cruises that are like real cheap. Some of y'all don't know how to leave the ghetto at home. And these are the people who raise the kids who fight the teacher. It's all related, y'all. And so even black people like myself or others who got some sense, we always are running not from black people, from y'all.
Ladies arguing over seats on Carnival cruise.
Goddamn child, I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman, so you better find you somebody else. You stole our place. You stole. You put your confidence when you saw me stepping there. Everybody over here saw you.
So I just wanted to get on here and discuss some of the things that I'm hearing about Carnival Cruise Line and banning rap music. So I can confirm that this is actually a thing, and it was implemented back in June on all of the ships that were leaving out of Miami and Miami only. Now since then, I can neither confirm nor deny if this has moved or changed to any of the other ports. However, I cruised back in June. I did back-to-backs on Celebration and Sunrise. I've been cruising for a very long time. I know a lot of people on board. This is over 20 cruises that I've done so far. I talked to one of the DJs because I noticed on night one that they weren't playing rap music after a certain time like they usually do. He told me that they had just implemented it on all ships leaving out of Miami to cut down on the rowdiness of the passengers that were on board. So for all of you that are concerned or worried or questioning if they ban rap music, it's true.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about Carnival Cruise Line, because they're getting a whole lot of backlash from the EBT community over the fact that allegedly, they are banning rap music. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, right? I have not seen any type of official policy from Carnival Cruise, but there are people who are self-reporting and taking to TikTok to basically declare that Carnival Cruise, they're being racist, right? They're being racist because they're showing that they don't want black people on their cruises, right? Which, you know, hey, I mean, have you guys seen some of these TikToks and some of these stories about these fights that have been happening on these cruises? Okay, this is why I don't do cruises, right? Outside of the fact that I think that the internet is not very good. At least when I went on a cruise, like, I don't know, 10 years ago now, right? That's the last time I've been on a cruise. The internet wasn't great. Maybe with Starlink it's better now. But yeah, outside of internet, I tend to stay away from cruises, okay? Not my thing. But apparently there are people who like to cruise, and these cruises have become very affordable, right? So affordable that you're getting a certain crowd that tend to frequent these cruises, okay? And it's getting out of control to the point where, again, Carnival Cruise allegedly is banning rap music, even though, again, I have not verified that, but there are people who are upset about this. They're crying racism because of this rumor. So I want to talk about it, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of these reactions.
Carnival Cruise Line does not like black people, and they don't want black people taking their cruises, okay? It started off with the speakers telling people that they can't bring speakers no more. Why would you not want people to be able to bring speakers and listen to their own music? Anyway, now Carnival...
Well, yeah, because you guys are probably going to take speakers into the public spaces where everybody's at playing your loud music, right? You're going to be taking the speakers in the pool area and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably why. Okay, if they have banned speakers, then, again, the reason why is because people tend to use the speakers, again, in public places, and not everybody wants to hear your music, right? I mean, you got to listen to whatever music is on the intercom or whatever they're playing on the ship. If not, then you got to bring your own headphones, right? But this whole, speaker at the pool, at the basketball court thing, yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly.
Carnival has banned rap music on their cruises. Now, I've been seeing little posts here and there the last couple of days that Carnival is not playing rap music in the clubs no more. But this morning, I actually saw a video of somebody in the club. There was nobody on the dance floor, and they were literally playing soca music. And the caption was like how they asked the DJ if the DJ could play some rap music in the club, and the DJ let them know that they're not allowed to play rap music anymore. So they put on soca. Now, y'all tell me, a place that does not allow rap music and rap music only, no other type of music is not allowed to be played but rap music. Y'all, please tell me, what is the demographic of people that they're trying to keep away? And Carnival, y'all got some nerve because y'all are mad dirty, y'all mad cheap, y'all mad ghetto. Every time I see a video of Carnival, the stairways is all rusty. Y'all got a whole documentary out here about how y'all ships be catching on fire and shit mixed with piss all on the walls, all on the floors, and y'all got beef with rap music.
Well, I mean, to be honest, why is that, right? If Carnival is known for being dirty, which again, I don't know because I don't go on these cruises, but if they're known for being dirty, right? They got piss everywhere, dookie. It's dirty, right? And you have a certain demographic that tends to partake in these cruises. Don't you think that the two kind of go together, right? And maybe, just maybe, that may be why they want to not incentivize a certain demographic to come on their cruises, right? Because of the fact that it takes more work in order to maintain the ship, to keep it clean. Because again, you have a certain demographic that happens to listen to rap music. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying.
I think y'all have bigger fish to fry. And it's so crazy because I've never been on a cruise, and I always said, like, when I go on a cruise with, like, me and my homegirls, like, without my kids, we're going to go on Carnival because it seems like that's the party cruise. I don't bring my kids in, like, high-volume areas. Like, I would take my kids on one of those, like, calmer cruises. Oh, yeah, but now Carnival won't be seeing me, baby. I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Yeah, so she's never been on a cruise. Okay, let's see what this person has to say.
Carnival does not have to worry about me. They do not have to worry about me. We got the message loud and clear. We are not your demographic anymore. So y'all, I was supposed to be going on a Carnival cruise. So one of my friends is turning 30 and he's never been on a cruise. He doesn't have a passport, so do not suggest flying somewhere. So he's never been on a cruise and he was like, it's my dirty 30. I want to be on a turns up ship. He'd be seeing all the videos of Carnival. He was like, I want to do that because I'm trying to be lit for my birthday, right? Well, Carnival has decided they want to rebrand. They don't want to be known as the turn-up cruise no more, the budget-friendly cruise no more. They want to be, I don't know, I guess they want to be royal. Even though when people book Carnival, they know what they are booking. They know they are booking a turn-up cruise, period. Everybody on there is looking to have a good time, party, and have fun. We know what type of people are on there. Like, everybody on there, it's just Carnival cruises are so much fun. Like, everybody is just a vibe, right? And it's like anywhere there's going to be like alcohol, things might get a little rowdy. That just comes with the territory of people being drunk. It has nothing to do with like, being black, being this, the music. But these people done banned the fans. They saying no more hip hop music. So child, that was the whole purpose of us going. So now we are not going back to the drawing board because no ma'am.
Yeah. So, people are saying, well, it's an alcohol problem. Here's the thing, right? Yeah, when people drink alcohol, they do tend to, get a little rowdy, a little loud, right? But when you talk about brawls happening all the time and it's the same demographic over and over and over and over and over again, right? Again, I think that suggests that the problem goes beyond just alcohol, okay? And the cruises are not going to stop serving alcohol. That's their moneymaker, okay? So they're going to keep serving alcohol. The alcohol ain't going nowhere, right? So they have to figure out what they want to get rid of. And again, it's not alcohol, okay? They have to get rid of something else, right? So, people are upset about this, but if they actually are doing this, hey, at the end of the day, it's only the fault of the people who continue to be a problem, right? For the cruise line. I'm just saying. Because they want your money, right? But, at certain points, the money's not worth it.
A mess right now, but I cannot take that my For You page is filled with a whole bunch of think pieces excusing Carnival banning rap off their cruise lines because they have associated it with violence. There is no way that y'all in the Big 25 in our own community are still arguing respectability politics and excusing macroaggressions. Tired of it turning into a specific demographic being pointed at, talking about, oh, you know, we need to do better and this and that, and you're just allowing a whole bunch of non-black folks be quick to say, oh, well, y'all make everything ghetto. I quite literally just saw.
I am black, and I am saying that, yeah, a lot of these people do make everything ghetto, right? So I'm just saying it ain't just non-black people. There are also black people who agree with this. Okay, a lot more than you think.
Today on this app, a white man acting belligerent because he was under the influence on a Carnival cruise line. Mind you, no rap music was being played. Something that y'all do not want to talk about is that when there is alcohol involved, you know, at specific places like clubs, lounges, and yes, cruises where there's a whole bunch of adults drinking, aggressive behavior is common. That is not associated with any specific demographic. I find it very interesting that non-black folks are very comfortable with calling black people ghetto, violence, aggressive to a music genre and linking it to only rap, as if the main perpetrators for mass pew-pewings ain't black. I wonder what music they listen to. But y'all don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, but if you actually look at, you know, the statistics on where a vast majority of the gun violence occurs in this country, even in the red states, if you look at the blue cities, okay, you look at the blue states, blue cities, that's where a vast majority of the gun violence actually happens. And when you look at the demographics of those places, I'm just saying, if you want to go there with the shootings and the guns, I don't think the facts are on your side. But, you know, hey.
Tupac said it best. Now everybody talking about us, I could give a fuck like we the first ones to bomb and cuss. Thank you.
Yeah. Now let's listen to what this guy got to say. Considering how a lot of these women are emotional about this, right? So let's hear what a man got to say about this.
I remember back in the day when you had to make a substantial amount of money in order to get onto a cruise or to bring a family of 5, 6, 7 onto a cruise. And I grew up cruising. My parents used to take us on a cruise every summer, if not every other summer. And that shit wasn't cheap. And now you're seeing all these fights because they've made it so easy for people to travel abroad or get on a cruise with these $99 price tags and $129 price tags, even $3.99 price tags. Come on now. These Carnival cruises, they used to be honestly very, very good. And now they're just, it's to shit. The Bahamas, Cozumel, even like Jamaica was a place that one would dream about going to, but now they make it so easy that people could go to it. With these prices, no wonder you're having all these fights. I'm sorry to say it this way, but someone has to say it. When you have low prices, you're gonna attract the bottom of the barrel. When you have the bottom of the barrel, you're gonna have conflict. And that's exactly why when I take my family and I out on vacations, I don't go for those $99, $129, $3.99 price points, because at that point people just don't care, because it wasn't that much anyway. But let that vacation be $5K, $10K, $15K, and I promise you, you won't see a fight in sight because you have a lot to lose. But that's just my take on that.
Hey, I think he's 100% right. It's just like the video I did earlier today about the EBT community taking over this apartment complex, right? You talk about a community that's not keeping up with the security. The gate is broken, right? The management doesn't care. It's not a particularly affluent place to live, right? And when you live in these places that, again, are not very costly to live, when you live in affordable housing, this is what you deal with, right? These are the type of people that you deal with. When you get on some of these low-cost flights, right? The Frontiers, the Spirits, right? Same thing, okay? I mean, that's just what happens when you offer low-cost services, low-cost vacations, flights, places to live. you're going to attract a certain crowd of people. That's just reality of the situation. And of course, again, emotional women giving this man a hard time over facts, right? Over facts. This is what they had to say to this man. This person says, and newsflash, as dark as you are and as yellow as your eyeballs are, the top of the barrel will still fear your black ass and treat you like you're one of the very ones you're referring to on this video. The next person says, I love when the darkest of us all has something against black Americans. He doesn't like black women because that's all you see on these cruises and the prices aren't that low. This is why I don't have children, because I fear black men. Wow. I'm trying to figure out what his skin tone, how dark he is. What does that have to do with his opinion? See, the colorism in the black community is something. It really is. Okay. It really is. This person says, the goal of accessible travel should never be to gatekeep it from others. Making travel more affordable isn't a problem. It's progress. Carnival offering lower cost options means a child from an underserved community might now experience international travel for the first time. That exposure can be life-changing. If the demographic or environment no longer aligns with your preferences, then you have the privilege of choosing another cruise line. But let's not shade people for finally having access to something that was once out of reach. Equity in experiences should be celebrated, not criticized. He responded to this. He says, I agree with you on this. I agree that everyone should have the ability to travel and see new things. I agree that one shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg just to see the finer things in life. But I also think there should be decorum as well. I just feel like when you have a lot more to lose, you'll act differently like you have sense. I feel that we must take feelings out of this, not saying that you're in your feelings, but look at the facts. And the fact of the matter is, I don't think you put yourself nor your child on a ship with chaos and fights, which means you'll probably bypass those $99 cruise tickets as well. Tell me I'm wrong. No, I don't think he's wrong. Right? I don't think he's wrong. I think that there's something to be said about these experiences that are low cost, right? You're going to attract a certain crowd of people. And, hey, if you don't want to deal with that crowd of people, then you got to pay more. And I'm cool with that, right? That's capitalism, right? I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with having to pay more not to deal with a certain crowd of people. It motivates you, right? It motivates you to get out there to work hard, to grind hard, okay, to make more money so that you don't have to deal with the nonsense, right? So that you can enjoy the finer things in life without the chaos, right, and the violence. So I'm just saying. Capitalism is great. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for, right? So, hey, if Carnival is saying these people aren't worth it anymore, then, it is what it is, okay? But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.